Ladies and gentlemen, we do not have cross spawns.
Nope. Welcome to
Spawning
Frost
here.
Ladder Edition.
Frost Ladder Edition. In the top right, TheProbeToss, taking game one. Day.
Wishing us a happy pre-Monday. Nice of him.
Yes.
In the bottom right of the map, we have his opponent in the orange needs to take this game in order to stay in the show match. It is Clan XD's Oxygen. Alright. So it looks like they're going to find each other fairly quick here. Usually you see that scout that early at that angle, you're going to be like, ow, you're over there. Okay.
Or
and
unless you
Oxygen is going for a more proactive wall approach.
Or unless you don't pay attention, they get a pretty cool worker high five on the way there.
Yep. So both players going to get the scout off right away. So the usual risky scout nonsense on a 4-player map doesn't come into play here. Both players get all the information. And this is a hatch first attempted. Oxygen needs to pay attention this time, though. He really should try and block this one as long as he possibly can. Nice move.
Easy way to do it. Yep, pylon. Cancel the
In
last
this
second.
particular situation, I really like this move because you know he's trying to get that early hatch, and even just the fact that he forces him to put it all the way down here means that it was delayed by about 30 seconds, which is pretty huge if he wants to try anything fancy.
Not only the delay, but if you look at the cliff, creep spread is going to be very difficult between those two bases.
Very nice. Oxygen cancels the pylon, takes the smallest amount of impact on himself for doing that, though it looks like ProbeToss is actually going to hatch before pool here.
Ooh.
Very brave move. By the way, this is one of the things a really fast gateway push will just kill, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how fast, though. Like, I know a 4-gate would kill it. I don't know, or rather could kill it. It depends on how the person plays. But it might be that a 6... It might be like a 7-8 gate can be really strong against this. Not the right person to ask, though, because I don't practice that strategy all the time.
Well, I wouldn't be the right person either.
Forge down first. He has enough for the cannon. Delaying on that a little bit. Boom. There it is.
Oxygen figuring out he does have a natural expansion now.
Right. Which means he knows that he's going to be safe from links for a little bit.
Still does not know about the third.
Did he see the drone? I think he saw the drone going down there, though, so he probably suspects its presence, even if he hasn't seen it.
It is possible.
Now, you know, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of this. Just getting off topic for just a second here while we wait, basically for our players to show their hands for a moment, is that we currently have Oxygen hanging out at the Sunlog Watchtower with the probe. This is usually one of the first places Zerg will send their links. Like, I've found most of the time you don't get the chance to put proxy pylons down if you actually hang out over here. Like, even in this situation when really all it does is watch one path and you have to watch the other with some other type of unit. But we'll see if that comes into play here. It doesn't look like ProbeToss has any interest in actually doing that, at least in the short term. But he does have... does he have any
Ninja
links?
drone over here in the base.
No links coming out. Still has the ninja drone, yeah.
He's just chilling, smoking a cigarette.
Cybernetics core might have been a little bit late. Usually tech choice from the ProbeToss can actually show up about now. So, another gateway. Okay. He has enough gas to go for a Stargate or something, but no, looks like he's just going to throw down some additional gateways. Kill a little bit more time. See what he wants to do. So it looks like Oxygen's choice was to use a slightly safer opening against the Ling pressure, which is the Forge opening.
No,
and
that may have been ProbeToss's plan, though. Rushing with Lings in the first match. Now, ProbeToss, or, excuse me. Well, that is confusing.
Isn't it?
Oxygen, yes. The ProbeToss, Oxygen, yeah, he's all turtled up behind this wall now. And, Mr. ProbeToss is able to just, jump into a third, get all of his economy up and running.
So we've got some preempted defenses here from the ProbeToss. Spine Crawler and Spore Crawler at the natural. Oddly enough, not anywhere else. but they are still there. Getting +1 attack on the Evolution Chamber and a Roach Warren. Stefano-esque Roach build, perhaps? We shall see. Couple Stalkers coming out. Still no major tech from our Protoss player. This is starting to make me think he's planning some kind of gateway push. Because this is just not... Ah, Stargate. Wow, that's
Stargate,
pretty
yes.
late.
And Warp Tech is only about 2/3 done, so, I mean, he's clearly not... I don't know. It doesn't look like he's looking to put any pressure on right now, but...
He might be... I don't know. Like, this is weird, because if you want to go for an Oracle or for a Phoenix, the timing for the Stargate is usually somewhere between 30 and 40 supply, and it's already 55.
Right. It's a little too late for that. Do you think this is a defensive Stargate as far as Void Rays?
You know what it might be is it might be a push augmented with Void Rays. Just judging from the fact that he just put down 3 more gates. He's at 6 gateways and a Stargate now, so...
He's not going to have too much time, though.
Comes a Ling's Force. Slow Ling's not going to do much against this wall off. No, not especially not with the force fields there and the 2 Stalkers. But ProbeToss, like I said, he's the kind of guy who will he'll just build these and then he'll check to see if he can get away with it. Then he'll not do it if he can. Checking for the 3rd. Sees no early 3rd. You can't actually do that as a Protoss, by the way. You can grab a 3rd at about 8 minutes and 30 seconds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a little risky, but it can be done.
Oh, it's kind of scary to me, actually. That's what it sounds like. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think...
We have a lot of gateways.
Oh, gateways. Holy crap. And what did he Chrono Boost out of there? That was an Oracle. Yep. Okay, so 1 Oracle into a big, gigantic gateway push.
Spore Crawler's probably going to shut this down pretty quick, though. There's only... Oh, wait. There's only a Spore Crawler at the natural.
There. And if he controls this really well, he can get like 8. Pretty much, roughly. So, 1 down, 2 down, 3. Oh, he's wasting some shots on the Queen. He needs to get out of there now. And
dead.
Loses the Oracle, which is pretty rough. Usually what you want to do is get at least 4 drones and then get out of there. But losing the Oracle is definitely not something you want because it doesn't keep him back.
ProbeToss reacting. Throwing down a Spore Crawler at each base now.
However, that is something of a... Nope, he's going into Phoenixes. Okay, so it's just a delayed Phoenix build. Interesting. I think we have a little bit of internal build disharmony, I guess. Dissonance, sorry, that's the word.
Dissonance.
But the thing is, against this push, what he's doing is probably going to work. Especially since it's been more or less scouted. He's like, hey, see this thing that flies? Yeah, better leave.
I love how it's just kind of punching him in the face and... Oh no, Mothership Core, run away!
Anyway, both players grabbing some upgrades, 1-1 on the field for both of them in just a moment here.
Clearly Constitution coming out for the Zerg player.
So if ProbeToss, Oxygen is actually intending to go for some kind of Phoenix play here to really give him cover to grab a 3rd, because that's kind of the whole point for doing it. He's gonna have, well, no, looks like an engagement's coming up here. Time warp. He's trying to break down the Forge, focusing that down, taking a lot of damage in the process here. He's just kind of hoping that can be enough for him to rush past. All the Lings are gone. Huge warp in of Stalkers. Holy crap. And he's just actually thinking Oxygen's just going to run that over. There's no way they'll actually defeat this. Blinking forward on top of the army, again, risky for reasons I've stated already tonight. But nice with the Void Ray helping out a lot with this army. And wow, ProbeToss just took a decisive loss right there. And back home we can see he's actually just trying to build up another army. Doesn't have everything rallied across the map either, so he's not going to lose stuff piecemeal. Nice control on the macro side of things. It looks like, is Oxygen just going to take this as a signal to... hello, Gas Probe, where are you going? He's going to put a pylon up there right next to the roaches. Okay. Hey guys, here's a pylon.
Right in their face.
Boom. No pylon.
Nothing. Whoops.
Did he actually replace that gas worker? Yeah, he did. Hey, a drone got in the base somehow. Wow. How that happened. There's a cannon down there and everything. Oh, that's the same one from before, isn't it? What? Why is he doing that?
What is going on here?
Alright, ProbeToss is putting a hatchery in the main base of Oxygen at the 14 and 12 minute mark. So, guys, I want you to know what this means. This is called the hope play. You hope your opponent doesn't discover it. He discovered it. Hope play is over. Drone is now going to hope it can hide from the Void Ray.
It's one of those cases where if I cover my eyes, they can't see me either.
It's like that thing I remember hearing about would occur in Brood War, where you could actually get nearly the same colors. So you could hide a spine crawler in your... I'm sorry, what were they called back then? Spine crawlers. That was a sunken colony.
Or sunken colony, yeah.
Yeah, you could hide you could build a sunken colony in your opponent's base. If he wasn't paying too close attention, he wouldn't be able to tell it wasn't his. So,
interesting.
And then the feeling you get in that situation, regardless of the game. Oh, it doesn't really matter. Here comes the engagement. Big movement of Lynx trying to go forward and surround the army. Aren't able to make that happen at all. Good time warp on the army is going to make retreat really difficult from this position. Void Race at the front's going to lose the mothership core. No, but he should pull that back. It's badly damaged. Void Race doing a nice work on the TheProbeToss' army right there, and I think he may be suffering from not enough stuff syndrome in a moment here if he's not careful. But TheProbeToss is going to have +2 armor shortly here, so he will have a really nice upgrade lead. 2 forges have been rebuilt. Yeah, he lost the other one, and I guess he didn't have another. And now he's going to chrono boost 2-2. So I really like this from Oxygen. He has secured an expansion more or less, and he's starting to build the cannon wall off in order to secure it from Ling harass somewhat. Getting a few more gateways on top of that, he's transferring his workers down. Meanwhile, back over in the TheProbeToss' base, he's continuing to build his Hydra count. And do we see a sign of a spire anywhere? No. In fact, we have an infestation pit instead. Maybe planning to move up to Swarm Host or Infestor Tech to augment this? What do you think?
Infestors would be good. Fungals would be nice to lock down all the blink, I think. Maybe that's what he's got in his mind.
Oh,
but he is dropping a spire, yeah.
And that is a horrible position for it, actually. It's totally blocking the mineral collection from that spot.
Right.
He is manor pyloning himself, basically, with a spire.
It's not very flush.
The thing is, it may not matter too much. That this particular tech switch against this type of army is great. If he can kill off most of the stalkers, a big push of Mutalisks coming out right after will do an incredible amount of damage to the Protoss.
Definitely, and he once all your anti-air is gone and air comes in, it's kind of over.
I don't know if I like him doing this now, though. He doesn't really have much of a bank, so like even if the situation I described happens, he gets 7-8 Mutalisks maybe, presuming he doesn't produce a ton. He's going to try and run down to
the front here, checking out the third.
An awkward position to engage the Protoss army, though.
Not where you want to be.
Hydras are going to be completely exposed, and he's going to try to focus this down, but he's going to lose a lot of his army in the process. Waiter isn't moving forward. In fact, he's probably going to get chased all the way back home. So whatever your plan he's got to augment the killing of that base, or not. Okay. I was going to say, I think Oxygen really should just move out here, because if his army getting separated like this is going to be a particular problem, really. And he's going to rebuild that now. Nexus right away. Good. Lose that mining forever. Have something to fall back on. TheProbeToss is spreading really nicely. Good concave.
Huge concave of Hydras.
He's going to move back. It looks like time warp, so he's going to go for an engagement here.
A lot of Hydras do so much DPS, though.
A lot of Immortals in the army. Here comes a bunch of Mutalisks to try and help out here. There's still a lot of Stalkers in this army, but he doesn't have anything to really deal with the DPS of the Hydras, and they're tearing everything to pieces.
Whole army is decimated.
Down it goes. GG from Oxygen. So TheProbeToss doing a very good job taking both games there.